Hey everyone, I wanted to make an end of the summer video because school is starting next week, and I'm going to start being a little bit more busy, so I won't be able to piddle in the garden as much. And things are starting to get too hot, and some of the growth is ending because of the heat, and watering is just, watering so much that it's becoming a chore, and so I'm looking forward to fall things. Okay, so the zucchini plant, I have two, and I've gotten one zucchini from them in the past month. It's just too hot, I think. I've got plenty of flowers, but I really don't see any pollinators around here, in this area very often. So, you really need pollinators to come and pollinate your vegetables, but I think it's just too hot for them. So this is a good time, and I may get one or two more. There's some females in there, right there and there, but they don't look fertilized. So, and this one hasn't really shown me anything, a whole, not very much anyway. So I'm just gonna let them keep growing until they look like they need to be pulled out, because they're pretty. The foliage itself is pretty. I enjoy looking at them. So I'm not gonna worry too much about, getting my fruits from them. And the corns are getting pretty tall. They've kind of shot up in the past week. They were about a foot shorter almost, but their tassels are coming out, and they're looking good and tall, and we'll see if we get some corn. And the tomato plant here is, I have 3 tomato plants. I only have this one producing, and I believe it's a Roma tomato plant because those fruit look elongated, little oval down there. And I've got some growing up here and some over here. So I'm hoping I get some tomatoes out of those. And the cucumbers are getting tall. Oh, there's a pollinator. Woohoo! Yay. So I'm hoping to get some cucumbers out of here before too long. Oh, there's another one. Oh, that's the same guy. But I'm hoping to get some cucumbers. I've got 4 cucumber plants. This one on the left is the tallest. The okra there is about foot and a half tall, but it's really not going anywhere. And the one behind it is half of its size. And usually they would be much taller by now, but I think that they're crowded. So, more zinnias over there, zinnias here, trying to attract the pollinator. And I've got a little melon plant in the middle, and it's really not going anywhere. It's very small, but the jack-o'-lantern plant has grown a lot, and I had to cut it back because I don't have a lot of room over here, and so I cut it back, and I thought maybe that would help produce fruit, but I still don't see any fruits on the jack-o'-lantern, and I'm hoping to have some by October so I can decorate with them. And here's the other tomato plant, no fruit, but like I said, I'm just gonna let the foliage grow. There is some green bean plants in there. They haven't done much for me, and I don't know if it's the heat or the time I planted them, but it's okay. I'm just enjoying the plants. There's another green bean over there, and there's another okra, and like I said, they just haven't grown for me, but I do appreciate how they look. And I think the birds and the pollinator that I see over there, he's enjoying it. So, and this is my watermelon. I think these are sugar babies. My daughter gave these to me, and I've got some good vines here, some good vinage. So I wanted to trellis these. Oh my gosh, there's a melon. Oh boy, look at there. So that is super exciting. So we'll see how these do. I do want to get them trellised up. So let's see if there's any more melons. Oh, something's chewing at it. Look at there. Oh dear. Let's see if we have any more melons. I'm excited now. Here we go. Here's another. No, I don't see any more. Oh, there's one. There's a little melon right behind that flower. That's exciting. We'll see if they grow. That would be awesome. Okay, so that is it as far as my vegetable garden. I've really enjoyed this. My husband built this structure. I did have to add the shade cloth up top when it started getting hot, and I put shade cloth over here. And I think it's really helped keep my vegetable garden alive. So I've enjoyed this, and I'm just gonna keep enjoying it. So until I have to pull it out. And this is a really pretty view from here, right outside the vegetable garden. I have the crepe myrtle on the right, the crepe myrtle bush, the crepe myrtle tree with the white flowers back there. And over here I have my water feature. And I've got my Mexican heather in the pot, the hanging pot. And down there I have my water feature surrounded by my marigolds. And I put some plants inside of the water tub. Just to attract the bird. I did lose a bird. I found a bird in there, so I put a grate on top of there to keep the birds out from drowning. So I'm enjoying that. This is a good view. You know, I had zinnias popping up in my yard in certain areas, so I went ahead and put them all over here in the same spot so I can have like pretty maids in a row. And this ground over here is not really nutrient dense, I don't think, because there was a lot of dirt on top with no grass or anything. It was just kind of a dirt area. So when I planted them here, I knew that they would grow because they were growing to the right. They were just growing by themselves, just a few feet away. So I put them back over here, and they were kind of looking dry a couple of days ago. Even though I'm watering them every day, and all the other zinnias are looking great, but these were kind of looking bad. So I had some leftover mulch and dead leaves and stuff, and so I just kind of filled it in to cover that dirt, to possibly, you know, help shade the ground for the flowers. And I do believe they're responding. They're looking greener. I'm seeing some more blooms. So it doesn't look real pretty on the bottom because there's sticks and leaves and everything, but it's really helping. It's really helping these zinnias, I believe. They're starting to look a little bit healthier. And this area is the area I cleaned up. I had to put the bags of dirt on top of there, on top of the box, because we're getting some wind, and so I didn't want it to blow off. And let's see. That looks nice down there. Over here, it's stayed real pretty for me. I've been watering well, and those those marigold bushes are looking really pretty next to the tall grass, the mondo grass, I believe, and the cannas are looking really good. I planted the mint down. I do believe putting mint next to the canna has helped the canna from being chewed up by bugs. So that's been a nice little experiment. So I had two over here. I have the one on the right, seems to be getting a friend. So I added some more mint over here. I added the sweet potato vine just to fill in the area, and I put some bottles here. And what I noticed yesterday, and it made me laugh, is that inside of this Coca-Cola bottle is it looks like a weed, but it's growing inside of the Coca-Cola bottle. And I think that looks really neat. So And this little container over here, except for this little burnt part, has just kind of stayed. I just put it up here because I needed something on the hanging thing. So I just kind of threw it together, and it's been so cute. I've checked on it here and there and kept watering it. Zinnias are starting to bloom. They look so pretty over here, and they're white zinnias. Usually I have pink, so this is in the shade. So I am guessing, without the sun on it directly, that the color doesn't get very, the pinks don't come out. So that's kind of neat to discover. And this area over here is an area that I did a video on, trying to improve the area once the hostas got beaten up by the hail. So this area is not what I want it to be, but I just kind of wanted to see what it would do. The heucheras have not really rebounded like I thought they would. This one kind of has. The others have not really rebounded, but that's okay. And I added some zinnias up in front because I was talking about adding impatiens up here, but I knew I didn't want to do impatiens when I have all these zinnias all over. So, hey Grayson. Hello, buddy. Okay, hold on. But I added 3 zinnias up here just for a little, just for fillers, and they're looking pretty over here. There's some shade over here, so that does like its spot. Okay, so this is my zinnia zone, and these are zinnias that just came back by themselves this year, and I went ahead and put them in a row because they were kind of popping out everywhere in the grass, so that was okay. I just kind of put them in a row because I was going to definitely take advantage of the zinnias. So I'm trying to make a bed over here, and so I have the cardboard on top with the wood kind of bordering it, and trying to kill that grass. So it's taking some time, and that's okay. So it's not as pretty as I'd like, but I'm just enjoying these beautiful flowers, and I finally got some multicolors in there. I got some of the red and the orange in there, and down here I have a, I think it's a black diamond crepe myrtle. That it's a really slow grower for me. I think this is the second place I put it, and it's still kind of growing slow. But it's got some flowers on it, so I think it's happy here. It's just a little slow. But the flowers have done well, and the butterflies love it, and apparently the moths love it too now. Now in front of the deck, my husband bought these containers, and he had a vision of plants in front of it, so he put down this little rock border down there with those pebbles, and I just love those pebbles. They're real soft and real pretty. And he put a border around it, and we've got down the grass so it doesn't grow through. So I put in the marigolds in 2 containers, one right there and one over there, and of course I've got my elm tree, which I've decided to let grow in the container. And in the middle, I went ahead and grabbed my 3 arborvitae. Here we go, 1, 2, 3. I grabbed my 3 arborvitae that were in another area, and I put them in here because they were kind of singed and burning over there. So I thought, well, at least if I put them here, I have a little bit more control where I can water them easily. And I just want to see how they do here. I haven't had very much luck with arborvitaes. They're not the non-fussy plants that I'm used to. I'm used to stuff that just grows easy, but these have not grown easy for me. As you can see, there's a little bit of burn in there, and I watered them what I thought was a lot. But I think when I think I'm watering a lot, I think I need to water more deeply. But anyway, this is an area that my husband kind of requested, so I hope he likes it. He hasn't really said anything, but I am done with it. I don't plan on putting any flowers in there right now. I'm just gonna leave this how it is, and hopefully we'll start to see some growth with those arborvitae. Okay, here's my secret garden back here, and I'm ready to just, keep watering it and let it do what it's doing. I'm not planning anymore. I hope to keep it pretty during the winter. I wanted to put some evergreens out here, but the ones that I have do not seem very happy over here. Most of these are perennials. Perennial. The Dusty Miller is actually, they stay alive in the winter here, so I'm hoping that will stay alive for me. The Unimas is an evergreen, I believe, so hopefully that'll stay alive for me. And actually, that carnation back there, it's a blooming it's a blooming plant, but that stayed green for me last winter. So this little area, I bet, will stay alive for me. Here is the crepe myrtle I planted, and it has gained about almost 2 feet, and that's doing well. The marigolds, of course, they've bushed out, and they've made the secret garden look really nice this year. Behind this marigold, I have an azalea, and the azalea, I thought it was an evergreen. It's doing very bad back here. Ever since I trimmed it, I may have ruined it because I thought it would rebound by now. Maybe I just have to be patient and wait for the cooler temps because it's still alive. It's just very singed. And I was hoping to keep that as a winter interest plant. So, but the zinnias over here that popped up by itself have just gotten very tall. I've trimmed it recently to try to, for its health. But it's doing well. I'll probably trim it down another foot here soon, and the fountain's fine. I've added some things there so the birds can maybe do some bird bathing there. This is pretty much the same as the other side. And my containers, these have stayed in the sun. They've suffered with this past heat wave, and they don't look as great as they did in early July, but they're still alive, and as soon as I water them, they perk up a little bit. So this is the other crepe myrtle that has gotten about 3 feet, and this is the one I'm hoping for it to become a tree eventually, and the other one I want it to be a tree as well. So, but this is doing really well over here. It's growing nicely. And over here, this is how this is ending the summer. I say ending the summer, we're not done, but for me, as far as trying to do more over here. The crepe myrtle tree over here has bloomed out very nicely. It looks really pretty. I went ahead and put a bird feeder under the limb there, and the bird bath over here, so the birds can have some water in the shade. And this is how this area is now. I went ahead and trimmed down the Nandina Heavenly Bamboo, and I'm going to try and I'm going to dig it out and make several plants out of it. I'm going to put some in the back because they're so hardy. I'm going to put some in the back. And it's too hot to trim these bushes, so they're just going to stay fluffy until the fall. This little area on the side of the house has become one of my favorites because it's filled in pretty well. And I've added a couple of hanging plants up top, Mexican heather and another herb. And this circle bed hasn't changed much. It's under the oak tree, and it doesn't get a lot of moisture, so that has kind of remained the same. But I added this little detail in front of the oak tree, and I'm just going to keep trying. It may take a professional to make this area look well, but I'm going to keep it up. And this last circle that I have here has filled in a little bit with the English ivy. The English ivy is finally growing. Thanks for joining me. That's all I have for today. I'll see you next time. Bye.